Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, guys, I'm gonna be discussing things that have happened recently, especially with the news and all that other stuff. Now, as someone who has tested one of the top in my state for American history and especially all that military and stuff like that, I'm gonna break this down for you guys really clear. So if you already don't know, you probably have heard about it happen. Trump did a military operation that has kidnapped Maduro, which is like the Venezuelan president. Or he wasn't even a president. He wasn't a legitimate president. He's rigged the elections and basically he falsified the elections. But that's not even the point of this video. I'm going to tell you right now, Trump may have just saved the U.S.'s power, okay? He may have saved our position, okay? And as being the strongest military in the world, he may have held our place as a superpower. And we're still a superpower because of Trump, because previous presidents, who even some Republican presidents, don't really think about things at a strategic level. This is why we allowed China to grow as much as they did. We're talking about Trump supposedly breaking international law, but no country follows international law anyway. China's already broken international law countless times. So has Russia. North Korea North Korea can't even feed their own people. And we're sitting here talking. We're sitting here talking about the U.S. supposedly not following international law, but there's no country follows international law. I mean, come on, the world does not revolve around. The world does not revolve around power. The world revolves around power, not international law. The world is not governed by international law. It's governed by power. Why do you think it's often the most powerful countries that have the most allies? I mean, because they have a wider effect. Besides, let's talk about something. What Trump did was a power play. What it did was follow the Monroe Doctrine, and it kicked China and Russia out of here. Iran is not a threat. Okay, Iran is not even considered a threat because they can't reach us. Yeah, they could bomb military bases in that area, but they'll never be able to. They probably don't have the balls to do that, dude. Iran would not have the nerve to do something like that. I mean, especially though they're missing with the top number one superpower in military. Now, a lot of things I've been hearing recently is, China and Russia could destroy the U.S. in a war. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you something. As soon as China fires a missile, we already detect it, okay? And our allies detect it. So that Chinese or Russian missile is going to have to get through South Korean defenses, and it's going to have to get through Japanese defenses, since they're our two biggest allies. So assuming if they don't get shot down by South Korea or Japan, they are going to have to hope that it even gets here before it's shot down by Canada or Alaska. Naval units, because Alaska is also a U.S. state. But it's crazy how people actually believe this stupid crap. Just because it's on the legacy media doesn't mean it's actually true. Because just because the TV says it doesn't mean it's true. There's some people that go like this, oh, it's on the news, so therefore it must be true. And I mean, come on, man. Oh man, just because it's on the news doesn't make it true. Because listen, dude, listen, the United States has been obviously the most dominating superpower. The U.S. is only the last standing superpower. All the other superpowers came and gone. Russia's not even considered a superpower anymore. Yes, they may be a world player regionally, but North Korea is a regional threat. Okay, North Korea is a regional threat, if anything, and I'm going to tell you that North Korea and China and Russia won't be doing anything soon. Okay, North Korea and Iran are regional threats. And China is also a regional threat. And let's be honest here. They won't be doing anything soon. I genuinely don't think so. I genuinely do not think China even has basic capability in order to overpower any superpower, to be exact. I don't even think China could beat Russia in a war. I genuinely don't even think that. So, and Russia right now is getting their butt kicked in Ukraine, so I don't think they're going to be doing anything anytime soon. Because Russia's using their entire military, and if they're not even trying... Okay, I've heard this bill before. People say Russia is not even trying in Ukraine. If that's true, then explain to me why they're pouring their entire military into that. They're bringing tanks out of retirement because they have no tanks to use in the war. If they're not even trying, this is still poor warfare. I mean, Russia don't know how to go to war. Russia don't know how to fight. Russia don't know how to go to war. It's clear that no matter what will happen, the United States will always be the superpower. It does not matter. Okay, y'all can have your own small personal opinions about it, but it doesn't make it true. Just because you believe China is more powerful than America doesn't mean it's true. Okay? We're beating the crap out of China in the AI race. And there is this ad out there that says, oh, China releases that, dude. Just because it's out there doesn't mean it's true. Just because you've seen videos doesn't mean they're true. Just because you see Instagram comments doesn't mean they're true. Okay? Just because you see comments on social media doesn't mean it's true. Okay? Personal bias does not reflect reality. Reality in history shows that every single country, especially if it's a 1v1 situation, the United States will always win, dude. Every single war scenario, every single war simulator has put out there that the United States will win every single time. Any single country. In case y'all haven't seen with Venezuela, we hacked into Venezuela's power grid and shut it down. We got Maduro in 2 hours. In 2 hours. We bombed the ever-living daylights out of them. We captured a president, and we brought him back in 2 hours. Please tell me what other country has even the 1% of the capabilities it took to do that. There's not a single country on the face of the earth that could beat the United States, even if we barely tried, dude. We could put our weakest crap out there. We could bring our 1955 tanks out of retirement and still beat China in a fudging war. China can't even make products, bro. Bro, everything that's made in China is cheaply made. Not only that, it is poorly made and poorly designed, which is why your iPhone or Android or whatever you use breaks so easy. Things are made in America that could be made highly more attractive. Highly made more attractive. Things are made in China because cheap. They're cheap. Promise you. There's not a single thing China could do Nope. There's not a single thing China could do. Strongly believe that. And I can tell you right now that even if our defenses were temporarily, even if our defenses were temporarily temporarily compromised, okay, we still have the upper hand because there's defenses in Canada, there's defenses in Alaska, but we'll just say for this specific scenario that they are, compromised. Let's just say that there's defenses in Canada, in South Korea, and Japan. You have those three, which could easily intercept Chinese missiles because they, again, it's all automatic, dude. Automatic systems do this. I've done my research into it. I've done my personal crap into it. China is way late in the nuclear war game. Because I've heard all this other stuff, dude. That China has this, China has that. The only thing China's going to have to worry about is our bunker busters, which could destroy any bunker in China, really. So if it really came down to it, the only thing we have to worry about is the only thing I think we have to worry about as a country is being cyber attacked, okay? And that's where I feel like we're behind at, the cyber thing. But we're getting there though. Like we're getting there. We just recently, I think, especially Trump, he's doing a lot of stuff with our troops things and with our airspace things. Yeah. And Trump's Golden Dome is going to be a game changer too. Because it'll be physically impossible to bomb the U.S. So that's why China knows they're cooked. Because if China thought they could take on the United States, why haven't they done it earlier? China's had very, very reasonable times that they could bomb us. And they barely haven't. Okay? They haven't. Even though there were times that China and other countries, other adversaries like Russia, could bomb us. They haven't done it yet. Why? Because they're scared to. They don't want a war with the United States because they don't even have 1% of the capabilities that it takes to even have a war with the United States. Yes, you have numbers of tanks, you have numbers of troops, but that means nothing if the United States can just do an air raid and bomb the entire place. If we wanted to, we could bomb the ever-living daylights out of China right now, and in 1 to 2 minutes from now, China will be completely destroyed. Yeah. Now, you think China's defense systems are even good? Come on, bro. Well, let's look at things that are already made in China. Like this iPhone. Bro, people have dropped their phones and they completely shatter because China don't know how to make anything. China doesn't know how to make anything. You can do your own research, you can do your own investigations on this, I don't care. But whatever comment is made, it doesn't take anything away from the point of this video. And I'm going to tell you right now, like and subscribe. Because I will try to keep updated with things. Because you really cannot make any of this up. Joe Biden placed a bounty on Maduro, and when Trump finally arrests him, it's total opposite. Release him now. Release him now. He's a dictator. I thought they were anti-fascism. I thought they were against fascism. Fascism isn't even in the United States. We're a constitutional republic. Wake up, people. Because all of this is CCP garbage. Islamic countries want to separate us. So China could take their advantage. And no, China has a long way to go. And by the time China is as strong as we are right now, we'll be 10 times, million times ahead of China. We will always be ahead of China because China doesn't know how to make anything. Okay? China needs children to stand in factories for hours in order to make something. In 2025, China still relies on cheap labor. China still relies on the same old cheap labor it did 30, 40 years ago. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. And I don't think nothing will ever change. So, that's just it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, turn on post notifications to get notified every time I post, guys. Good luck. Get good grades in school. Study history in your own time. You'll see. Even I don't know, did schools in the United States is the most powerful country on the face of the earth. History shows it. There's no reason not to believe it. Peace.